Hello, our lovely lovers of lore.
Hello, lovers of lore.
We're back. We have returned.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are doing episode 6, and is this walls come tumbling down?
When these walls
come
tumbling down.
Yes, when these walls come tumbling down. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the Battle of Jericho.
We sang, oh my God, Adam, do you remember when we sang the song?
Joshua fit the Battle of Jericho.
Yeah,
Jericho. Classic.
Oh my God, I hope he remembers that.
I'm sure
you
he
sang
will.
that as well?
No, I just know it's
Is that the one?
It's a pretty good one. It's a known one. It's one of those songs that transcends Christianity.
Yeah. Is that the song where they have the bit where it's like, you read about Samson from his birth? That one? We had a part that was like all jazzy.
Oh, yeah.
It was cool. I think that was, yes.
Had a
Joshua
cool
fit the Battle of Jericho. I think that was it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'll have to ask. I'm going to text Adam after this. Well, anyways, we're not in Jericho. We're not with Joshua. No. We are with Kate and Vi.
You wish you were with Joshua,
Jason.
am I right?
No. I would happily take Vi over Joshua. Oh, Joshua from 17.
Who's Joshua?
Well, I thought you were talking about biblical Joshua. Oh, no. So I was like, why would I care? Yes, Joshua from 17.
And you call yourself
you, Joshua
you call
from 17.
yourself a carrot.
You can't reference Joshua from the Bible and expect me to know you, Michael, are talking about 17, my favorite K-pop group.
Yeah, episode 6.
Uh-huh.
When the walls come tumbling down, we start, and it's kids. And it's Zorn.
Oh, yeah.
And it's sunshine.
Kids.
It's like, is it the first time we've seen like a daytime scene?
It's the first time we've seen sunlight in the Undercity.
Yeah. And they're playing in the dam, in the water. And the water is grim.
Yeah.
Even now before Shimmer, it's like purple and gross, and you can see the vapors and the gases, and it's
is that's what happens to water when like oil, not just like olive oil, but like oil that is toxic leaks in. Isn't that what it looks like? It looks like rainbow shimmering
when there's
colors,
like
kind
synthetic oils that can't mix. Well, oil and water can't mix, but when it's like,
but it has that type of multicolor
like
reflection,
you see in oil spills, you see because the sun,
the
light's reflecting off it in a different way. Oh,
I know. Oil spills make me so angry because I just feel like it just shouldn't even get to that point. Which honestly is how I feel about this situation in Zon. I'm just like, how did it even get to this point?
Yeah. But we see a young child looks exactly like Victor.
Yeah,
like cutie. You can tell immediately it's young Victor. Yeah. And he's winding up a boat. Yeah. Like a little clockwork boat. Yeah. And a young girl comes over the ridge where they're playing by the water. Yeah. And is looking at them, looking at him.
Yes.
She looks at him. He looks at her. A kid yells, "Sky, come back!" And we don't know yet, but it's his assistant.
Yeah,
it's
his Sky assistant. Young.
Yeah, the relationship started young. It's so cute.
She had eyes for him from the beginning.
Oh yeah. She
was like, "Who's this cutie playing with his boat?" And then later she was like, "Who's this cutie playing with
his hex core?"
Yeah.
But he winds up the boat, and he's excited. He puts the boat on the river. The boat shoots off, and then Victor's like, I'm not going to say it, he's not running, but he's going as fast as he can.
Yeah, he's trying to keep up with it.
He's already limping. He's got his cane and he's going a little bit at a time, He falls and the boat goes into a cave. But he is not deterred. He follows the boat, gets up, follows the boat into the cave. And
he ain't afraid of no cave.
He's not afraid of a cave. But in this cave, we see there's purple flowers around, shimmering.
Yes.
And then he sees from nowhere this giant purple axolotl-looking thing.
Yeah,
axolotl slithering around, and he hides. But then a voice says, "Don't be afraid," or something like that. Don't be afraid.
I guess it is just a big, large thing that he's never seen before. But I was like, I didn't think it looked scary. It's the whole like, if not friend, then why friend shape? But it is friendly.
It is big. It's pretty big.
It's like adorable. It looks so cute and sweet. It does look. But maybe it
looks friendly. Maybe it doesn't look mean, but startles him. But then it's the doctor It's Dr. Gross, Dr. Evil. I can't remember what his actual name is.
Well,
but
Kieran told me his name is Singe.
It's Dr. Singe.
But I don't think we ever hear anyone refer to him as Singe.
Oh, Singe.
Yes, he is that character.
Like Marquis de Singe.
Who's that?
Right?
Who's that?
Isn't that Marquis de Sade? Wait.
What is that from?
That's from, I don't know.
Singe
it's de Sade. Marquis de Sade is someone. Marquis de Singe is a character from Monkey Island.
Oh. Another
was a parody of Marquis de Sade.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From what? But that's where the word sadism comes from.
No, Singe is like Warwick. Like he is a champion.
Oh,
so
okay.
Kieran was like, he's Singe. And I was like, that's his like.
So he's a champion.
Legend.
Oh, and I guess because he's not yet, but he's singed.
Yeah.
He gets singed.
Well, no. Oh, yeah. In this shot, he isn't.
Yeah, no, because this is a flashback. But he speaks to Victor, tells Victor essentially, don't be afraid. You're fine.
Yeah, she's friendly.
Doctor's looking at his boat and he's like, oh, this is pretty neat. Mm-hmm. This is a cool boat that you've got here.
Yeah.
You're probably pretty smart. Come and say hi to my purple friend Rio. We learn that she's a girl.
Yeah.
But sadly, she's not too well. She's poorly.
Yeah, he says she's dying.
She's dying, but then he quite scarily says, I'm trying to stop that, which is nice.
I'm trying to prevent
But then the mutation must survive.
He says that here?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so. Right?
Yeah. No, I wasn't
she's dying, but must preserve
remember.
the mutation. Yeah.
I just couldn't remember.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I couldn't remember either.
Yeah.
But he says that. And then Victor feeds Rio a purple flower. Yeah. And it's all cute. And then Victor says, can I help you save her? Yeah. And Doctor's like, yeah, we can be loners together.
Yeah, because he's like, what he said he was spitting here. He dropped like, oh, loneliness is often the byproduct of a talented mind
or something like that.
Yeah, like stuff like that. And then, he said, he asked him why I wasn't playing with the other kids at the very beginning, I guess. But yeah, that bit about the like a brilliant mind or whatever, I was like, ooh, yeah, okay. Because you just feel like you're kind of focused on things, or I should say Victor probably feels like he was focused on things in a different way than most children because he wasn't. Yeah, he
couldn't play with them in that way, so he had to find other things to do. We skip to the present day, and Victor's now at the top of the dam. It kind of zooms up, and they're at the top of the dam, Victor and Heimerdinger. Heimer comes in and says, oh, not so long ago, I found you here. I stumbled upon a genius from the Undercity. So this is probably the exact spot where Heimerdinger met Victor. And then
why was Heimerdinger there?
I don't know.
I just think it's funny that he was like, oh, I discovered you here. I was like, why were you, but what were you doing here?
Maybe Victor was doing some like weird experiments that was starting to attract attention. So Heimerdinger went down to see what was going on and was like, ooh.
Yeah. Little fluffy boy curiosity.
It was like a Harry Potter gets caught doing flying situation. McGonagall's like, oh, you shouldn't have been doing that.
But
you're really good. Like Heimerdinger's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this dangerous stuff right here. But
Minerva saw through her like office window.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
and it doesn't matter, but I just was like, it was such a random place to just discover someone. So I was like, I'm so curious what he was doing down there.
Who knows? If you know.
Yeah, let us know. Kieran.
Heimerdinger has heard the prognosis.
Yeah.
And he's sad because it is sad.
Yeah.
It's really, really sad. Victor's in the prime of his life and the prime of his like intellectual creative career.
He's on the verge of something great happening.
Doesn't have the lifespan left he thinks he feels. And he's worried about his legacy more than anything else. He's like, he wants to be remembered.
But this is crazy because I didn't think about this until like when we were watching it again, but he's so worried about his legacy, but like we never even hear them say Victor's name when they're talking about Hextech. It's all Jace.
That's why he's so worried about his legacy.
Maybe, but it's like
Jace is going to be the guy who's remembered for it.
I guess, but it's like he's been helping with everything.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have gotten to where they were. Yeah, without his help. So
we see another butterfly. Sorry, I didn't mention it in the previous scene. We see a butterfly. Kind of like
when he's a kid.
Mascot for Victor.
Yeah.
We see another butterfly. And then Heimerdinger says, quite poignantly, the ones who burn brightest fade fastest.
This was the other like spitting that I was thinking, and I was like, oh, it wasn't Singe, it was Heimerdinger. Yeah. I was like, wow, we're getting some really good,
like ones that make you go,
Yeah. Are any of these like things they say from the game? Do you know what I mean? It sounds like it could be a little quick thing they say.
The candle that, that burns twice as bright.
I know.
Is a phrase, but
I know, but just the way it sounds like, something that they could say, like, when you get to a point in a game, like their little, not like a catchphrase, but they're just saying things in character. I don't know.
Maybe.
Kieran, let me know.
They probably have voice lines, so that'd be interesting.
Well, because Vi says cupcake. And I'm pretty sure Caitlyn, there's specific things that Caitlyn says in this that come from the game.
Oh,
but I don't know. And again, I don't play the game, so I don't know, but I'm sure.
Yeah, let us know. What lines from the show are lines from the game? Sorry,
this is not related, but one person told us, I think someone that like plays the games, mentioned that when Jinx is working on the hex tech and like then Silco comes in and is like yelling at her, we were cracking up about that scene. The song that is playing that we were like, this is the most Jinx song ever. Someone commented on that video. They were like, I'm pretty sure that is like her theme song from the game, or like the Jinx song from the game. So I was like, that's cool.
Nice.
But stuff like that is always really interesting because we don't know the game.
Well, I'm sure they tie it in. They tie it in whenever they can.
Tie it in as much as they can.
They fade away now from Victor and Heimerdinger, and it looks like the outline of a skull.
Yeah.
Where they're hanging out, like the outlet of the dam. It's really.
Yeah.
It's quite.
Yeah. I think that was very intentional.
And that's the opening.
Yeah. And we've got this butterfly. We were talking about the crow with Jinx.
Yeah.
The butterfly is to Victor, as the crow is to Jinx, I'm guessing.
The animal representations. Yeah. I guess a butterfly is what?
Transformation,
because you're the caterpillar, and then you're the chrysalis, and then
you're reborn, which
butterfly.
Is basically what happens.
Is it chrysalis or chrysalisk?
Chrysalis. Yeah,
chrysalis, like Metapod.
Exactly like Metapod. Does he doesn't have a Metapod form though?
No, he's
just Pokemon.
He's just a frog, I think. Frog dinosaur.
Yeah, frog dinosaur.
Yeah,
turtle,
bit of a turtle. But
then Squirtle is turtle. Yeah, but it's just because he has kind of like a shell.
Endless debate.
He's more frog.
Yeah,
compared to Squirtle.
No frog, but that's the intro.
Yeah,
and after the intro, we pick up with with Mel.
Yeah, Mel.
Who's after a steamy night.
Yeah.
Is doing some
night that she woke up alone to. Though.
She woke up alone. She's
probably a little
she's taken out that kind of feeling of, I don't know where I stand with Jace.
What are we?
What are we? She's painting.
Yeah.
And just as she uses humans to paint her reality, she manipulates the paint to paint her vision on the canvas.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
She's a painter of paint and people. Jace comes in, says, "Sorry, I ditched you."
My bad. Didn't mean to do that. I mean, she is she's a little cold at first, but then
she's like
when she realizes what happened,
it's very. She's like, "Oh, it's okay." But then Jace tells her about Victor.
But she's definitely a little. You can tell she's a little.
She's a little standoffish.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, duty calls.
Yeah. She's very aloof.
Calls. Yeah. But she warms up once she finds out why. Yeah. Jace says, Victor's dying. It's the gases from where he grew up, with exactly the kind of thing they're trying to fix with Hex Tech. And then he wants to essentially repay Victor because he feels like Victor saved his life, which he kind of did.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, he did.
Yeah.
And says that he sees Victor as a brother. Yeah, which is nice.
He's like my brother.
And then he says to Mel really sweetly, he says, "Nothing feels impossible when I'm with you."
Yeah, that was really cute.
That's such a lovely line.
Yeah.
It's a lovely line.
Very cute. She was like, "Why are you coming to me and telling me this?"
Yeah. And then
cute.
He confides that in her, and then Mel confides in him that she's in exile from her clan, her family, the Madada, for falling short of their standards. Now, what does that mean? How could
There's some very high expectations.
Like, what expectations could Mel possibly fall short of from what we've seen so far?
Thank you.
Unless the expectations are either unreasonable or evil.
Something else is going on. Or that's not like the full story.
Even from now, we see like, it's not that she couldn't live up to it. It's that she didn't want to. She wouldn't do what she needed to do to stay. Even from this point. I know we don't know exactly why, but
I don't know if that's...
she's so capable that it's...
I remember, though, why she got...
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay.
And I think if that's the reason why, I wouldn't say that's her not living up to expectations. I'd say that's her...
So her... I don't know how much I want to say because it's later. Her mother tells her she was banished for one thing, but it isn't because of that. It's because of the Rose situation. That's actually why she was banished.
Yeah.
To be protected.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, even though she was told,
I'm done.
Oh, it's because you couldn't. No, it's fine. We haven't watched it in a while.
I forgot about season 2 completely.
But I think she definitely does think it's because she wasn't, because her mother literally tells her you weren't strong enough to do what needed to be done. That's what she thinks is the reason. But we find out later, obviously, that's not the whole story.
No. Yeah. But then Mel says, essentially, go to him.
Yeah.
Go to him. Go to Victor. And he does. And we see the painting, and it's amazing.
I know, yeah.
She's
so multi-talented.
Obviously the kind of person that just excels at
anything she tries.
She wants to do. A very quick scene now with Victor, the man himself. Yeah. He's out of bed, but he's still looking pretty rough. He's looking at the hex core.
Looking good.
And the hex core is a bit wibbly.
Yeah, and this is getting even more dangerous. We were already like in the vein of like, this is not good. And now it's
he's unhinged.
Yeah, unhinged.
And he reaches out to it. And the wibbling intensifies. And then Undercity. The last drop. It's a tease. That scene is a tease. It's literally only one line on my paper here. But we're at the last drop. Jinx does a little jump scare on the bartender.
Yeah, this scene is so funny to me.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
It's the only time we really get to see her interact with someone that isn't like a part of the main circle and stuff. And you can tell that he is terrified of her.
I can't remember his actual name. All I know is Chuck. She says, hi, Chuck.
Something with a TH.
Tell me what I want to know, Chuck. It's something fancy.
Something like
theorem,
that, yeah.
Something cool. Not Chuck. But Jinx is needling him. Mm-hmm. She knows exactly how scared he is, and she's just like poking him, trying to get the information. She wants to know what this big operation is.
Yeah, what's going on? Why didn't she get invited?
Who the girls are they trying to find? It's like she just wants to know. She's still drinking from the same cup and the same straw.
Yeah,
which I think is quite like that's something.
Oh yeah.
That's
again,
something.
like significant.
But Chuck, gives the information. Some funny moments along the way that he's like, oh, well, I'm not trying to get girls. Apart from these two, I guess I'm trying to get these two, but I'm not there with it. It's like, he's stumbling. She's
taking things very literally, and he's like,
cool,
oh, no, it's just the same.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, but she gets the information. Sevika's involved. She says, here you go for your troubles.
For your troubles.
Puts a grenade on his back. Turns out to just be a paint bomb, but could have gone either way.
Yeah. She loves to keep them guessing.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. But that's one sister. Next sister, Vi, now.
My girl.
And she's in bad shape.
Yeah, she's not. Well,
she's seen better days.
She's looking hot.
She's seen better days. Hot. She's bleeding. They're being chased by goons. Caitlyn's like, they're right behind us, and they're descending. There's they're at the top of a big neon light.
Yeah.
Right? Going down, deep into the Undercity, deep into Zorn. And Vi's like, I can do this. And she tries to do some parkour down this big structure. And it's painful to watch.
I wondered about this. There was a part of me that was like, I think that she knew she was literally going to like just fall half of the way down. But she was like, I'm just going to do it anyway because she's fine.
It's like she's desperate to get somewhere, get home.
Yeah.
To do something. She falls, like takes an impact right on like the stomach. Her wound is probably like, we were like audibly, painful.
Audibly like,
I don't know how Caitlyn gets down, but she must do.
She climbs.
She
just like watches her and is like, ugh.
Very carefully. And from the distance, mysterious hoverboard person tilts his head like an interested dog.
Yeah, he's
like,
curious.
He's cocking his head like,
what's going on there?
And the goons come. The goons come and follow them down.
I wonder what he was doing down there. What brought him down there? Do you think someone tipped him off?
I
One of the
reckon,
goodies tipped him off?
He knew.
Vi was back in town?
Yeah, probably.
Vi was back in town. Vi was back in town. We always have a song. There's a song that comes from every episode.
I like that one.
It's not as good as Vi. But I don't think, as a bi woman myself, I don't think Vi is actually bi, but
no,
we'll go with it for the song.
But yeah, Vi, why?
I think she's specifically into women and only women.
Yeah,
she's very much lesbian.
Seems that way. But and that's it. It's just the guy looking.
Yeah,
seeing the goons go down.
Just aware that they're down there, even though the goons missed it.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of goons, head goon Sevika storms into to Silco's office and is like, Vi, she's escaped. She's gone. We don't know where she's gone.
I don't think she didn't say Vi though. What she just said, she's gone.
She's escaped. She says,
she got away.
They got away.
Something like that.
The girl, they got away. Yeah. But it's not Silco.
Reveal.
It is Jinx.
Jinx.
And it's a trap. Gas. Explodes out. Jinx has a mask on. Mm-hmm. Sevika's like, reaches out for the mask. But it's no good. She passes out.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up and she gets a little slap.
She's woken up by the slap.
Well, I think she wakes up. She's all
she's coming to.
And then she gets a slap from Jinx. And then Jinx is like, oh, we got off on the wrong arm.
Which she always loves to do.
Classic Jinx.
Loves to
says,
do that.
I'm going to cut off your other arm unless you tell me. She didn't say that exactly, but I'm going to take your other arm unless you tell me what I want to know. And then Sevika's like, you don't need to cut off my arm. It's your sister.
Yeah, she's like, I'll happily tell you what's happening, actually.
It's your sister. She's not dead. And she's replaced you with an enforcer. How'd you like that?
Not true.
Jinx.
This is a very different relationship.
Yeah, it's very, it's as
occurring.
Different as you can get.
Yeah, she's not looking at Caitlyn like she looks at you.
And I know we had discussions about Milo and Clagger being brothers.
That was just because I genuinely did not remember.
We don't endorse that here at Lovers of Law.
No.
Until we read Game of Thrones, I guess, and then we'll have to.
I don't know if I even endorse it in that. Like, I like Game of Thrones, but...
And Sevika tells her, she says, she not only tells her, but she's like, you can't handle this. You're going to lose it. You're going to fall to pieces. Yeah. And Silco's going to see you for who you really are.
Yeah.
For the mess.
Yeah. She's like, it's basically like Sevika's version of, you're a wreck, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. You're a wreck and now we're all going to see it. But Jinx she's like, she sneezes, right?
No, she does acts like she's crying.
She acts like she's crying, but then it's like an act, right?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm
in two minds about it.
Yeah, I know. I kind of went back and forth on it too, because I did think that there maybe was a part of her that was affected at first, but then she was like, I can't.
She just shuts it down.
Yeah.
She does a little sneeze, kicks her away, and then just spins the chair.
Yeah.
Spins the chair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's now time to see my least favorite man.
Oh, I do want to say, I love that Jinx...
The whole of the world, say.
She says the line, the 10 out of 10 toots.
10 out of 10
love
toots.
that line.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Is that a
See, that's
Jinx saying? That's what I'm saying. That could be a Jinx saying from the game. 10 out of 10.
But that's what makes me think it was all kind of an act to get her to spill it. She was trying to act vulnerable so Sevika would tell her all of the information. But
could be.
We don't know.
I think that's the thing with Jinx is you don't ever quite know for sure. And that's intentional with her.
No, you don't know what's genuine trauma and what's her just being like kind of playing around in her little Joker type psychosis.
I feel like it's a mixture of genuine, but then also catching herself before she gives into it too much.
It is a blurred line for sure. Mm-hmm. But now it's time for my least favorite man and my least favorite mustache in the world. It's Marcus. He comes in, he's got his keys, he's dangling them. He's had a long, hard day of being a corrupt piece of piece of trash.
So hard for him.
Throws the keys away, looks in the mirror, and gives himself a long, hard look because he knows that he's a mess.
He's regretting his choices.
He's regretting every choice. He's saying how it's one of those looks where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're awake for the first time in a while.
Like, how did I get here?
Years have gone by and you're like, how?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
Yeah.
How am I this person now? And I kind of feel bad for him. Like, I don't like Marcus.
No,
I think
feel
he could have
bad
done
for
a lot
him
of things
in the
better,
end.
but
because you can tell that he starts to feel very conflicted about things, but he still goes along with it.
Yeah, it's because it's his daughter. He really feels like he has he puts up some resistance, and then we'll see very soon. He smiles at the sound of his daughter laughing, goes into her bedroom, and is met by Silco.
Like the most terrifying sight you could probably see as a parent.
Oh,
it's
horrifying.
Yeah.
Silco and this crazy blonde goon is sitting on a rocking horse reading a book.
That goon specifically, I hate so much. He is so spooky. It's his teeth.
Yeah, he's gross. He's really, really scary. And Silco essentially says, "Oh, we have a problem. Vi is back."
Yeah.
And Marcus is like, "No, she's in a safe place." Silco's like, "No, she's not, unless you call the streets of the lanes
She's in the lanes,
safe."
bro.
Marcus is like, "Oh, Kiraman."
Yeah.
Kiraman.
Yeah, Kiraman.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, she can't be controlled." And Silco's like, "Well, what good are you then?"
Why are you working for me? Why do I have you here?
But it's just a sign that Marcus immediately realizes that Caitlyn's broken her out to try and get to Silco.
Yeah.
And in this moment, Marcus is like, okay, I'm so effed because Caitlyn's gonna figure it out because Vi knows Silco's corrupt. I saved Vi, so Vi knows I'm wrapped up in it. It's like it's all coming apart.
Yeah.
It's all coming apart. But Silco essentially, because the past few episodes, Marcus has been showing this resistance. He's been not fighting back, but he's showed that he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Willingly
he's like, "You've gone too far. You've killed some enforcers. We can't do this anymore."
Yeah.
Silco seizes this as an opportunity to get Marcus right back, and he's like, "You're going to do what I say."
Get him under the foot again.
They can't be allowed to come to resurface from Zorn back into Piltover, and really makes it clear that his daughter's life is the collateral. To the point where he very unsubtly picks up a card and he doesn't even pretend like he's going. This is the thing with Silco. He has all these moments that he's clearly rehearsed, but he does them in such an unsubtle way. It's the House of Cards. Instead of pretending to put the card in he's actually trying and accidentally knocking it over. He just drops it on and it knocks over. And he's like, "Ooh, accidents happen." And it's just like, I don't know. If I was the mastermind, the evil mastermind in my brain, I'd have been pretending to and "Oh,
yeah.
Oops, accidents happen." Not knock it down on purpose.
I know.
Accidents happens. Yeah. It's
because it broke the illusion for the daughter, but maybe that was his intent.
Maybe
he was I want her to be
maybe Silco. I'm not an evil mastermind. Maybe Silco knows what he's doing.
Thank God.
But Silco he does have his face back on.
Yeah. He's got it all. The concealer is nice and fresh.
He has his full face of concealer on, but we don't really see them leave, but we know that Marcus is back in Silco's pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to the teased scene earlier. It's the Hex Core. Well, we don't know it's called the Hex Core yet, but it's the wibbling blue gemstone thing.
Wibbly wobbly gemstone.
Turns out Victor and Jace, they're looking at it. It's reacting to organic matter. We see a plant grow, but then shrivel and die in the space of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then Victor's like, I don't know why they're rejecting the transformation. And I'm like, I know why. Because it's messed up.
Because
it's wrong. You're like, nothing should grow that fast.
Yeah.
Nothing should
No, it's unnatural. It's going against the laws of physics and natural life.
Not in the way that magic should,
No, you're pushing it too far, which as we see.
Trying to control something which by its very nature should not be controlled.
And he's just been pushed. Well, I won't say it yet.
Yes.
We see something later that connects right into that.
Yes. Yeah. And Victor's like, "Oh, I want to fix it. I don't know why it's not working. I don't have time. I can feel my body eroding." And Jace is like, "Take a breath. Don't worry. I'm going to go get Heimerdinger. What do you need?" Jace is like, "Oh, there's this guy I know." Jace is like,
Victor is like,
Victor's like, "There's this guy I know." Jace is like, "Great. Go see your friend. I'm going to get Heimerdinger. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to help you, buddy." Yeah. Who's Victor's friend, do you think?
I had no idea. When he said this at first, I was like,
no.
Oh, no. Well, I knew
you didn't think the doctor right away.
No, that's true. But I think when the scene was happening, I didn't make that connection initially. But then, of course, he's going to go see the doctor.
Of course, it makes sense.
But it makes sense. Just because we've seen that in this episode.
Yeah. But we get to see where it was that Vi and Caitlin jumped down to, or Vi jumped down to.
Fell down.
Took a big old hit. It's some kind of slum. Mm-hmm. It's, if you imagine the lanes is worse than Piltover, this place is even worse than how much the lanes is worse than Piltover.
Yeah.
It's like 2, 3, 4 steps down in terms of like comfort.
Yeah.
It's just tents,
honestly,
dirt, and like abandoned broken houses.
Yeah. I was surprised this was like even still there, because it kind of is like just their spot that was still there. If you were looking, like when you see the shot,
there's really not much down there. It's very, very small, kind of like it's not even, what's it called, a favela?
Oh, I don't know.
Like a poor town in like a South American country. They have like the
okay.
Like it's kind of like that. I would say. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's a poor area.
Like a slum, like a slums avenue type of thing.
And there's people in cloaks everywhere. Mm-hmm. They're begging, they're holding out their hands. You can see just from their arms and their hands. Yeah. Their skin is messed up and they have growths and they're hiding away from the light. It's almost like lepers.
Yeah, I thought of lepers right
lepers. Away. And Vi says, this place has always been here, because Caitlin's shocked, as you would be, but it's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah, it was never that bad before.
So whatever impact Silco's had on the Undercity, this place has gotten bigger, and we will soon find out why. So they take shelter in a nearby structure, and then we see very quickly that there's drawings on the wall, there's stuff, and Vi starts to have flashbacks. So I think pretty early on it's clear that it's Vi's house. Vi and Powder's house, right?
Yeah, we see little Powder in
see little Powder in the ceiling, and Vi's having flashbacks, and Caitlin starts tending to Vi's wounds.
Yeah, so cute.
It's so sweet. And she's like, this is only going to work if we trust each other. And they have a big discussion about topside versus undercity. Caitlin's like, we're just people too. And Vi's like, well, that's easy for you to say. Da, 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 da. And Caitlin says, well, despite it all, you have, and it's a very, very, very particular choice of words, a good heart.
Yeah.
Which I think is clear.
A good heart.
And then Vi hears an echo in her brain of Vanda saying those exact words, saying the exact same thing to her. And does she pass out? I feel like she passes out.
Yeah, she passes out. She does also, she says, when she sees little Powder, she says, like, I shouldn't have left you, which Caitlin misunderstands as like her talking to her. So she's like, no, that's okay. And that's when she says the bit about,
yes.
You have a good heart.
And if Caitlin is shook by seeing the slums for the first time, it is nothing compared to little Heimerdinger.
Yeah, true.
Who is shook at seeing this big blue wibbly thing.
Yeah, he is not a fan. Not at all.
He's not a fan.
No.
It's somehow scary and cute at the same time. Because he's so little and cute, but he's so genuinely horror-struck by it. And horrifying. Victor's waxing lyrical. He's like, oh, it's great. It's good. I'm going to call it the Hex Core. It's an adaptive rune matrix. It's evolving. It's doing all this. It's doing this and this and this. Heimerdinger's like, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Let me stop you. He has a vision. He doesn't say this, but we see Heimerdinger's vision.
Yeah, we see what he's imagining.
Very similar to his previous vision of the civilizations being destroyed by magic. He says that. He says, I've seen civilizations destroyed by a single seed that looks like this.
And it is very scary. And we get like that, those kind of like what I said remind me of like neural pathways in the vision of what he
scary.
Sees. Yeah.
And he's looking at this thing, which is obviously bad because it's wibbling and it's blue and it's not controllable and it clearly has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
Which is not good if you don't know something's motivation.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like if something has no sense of like morals because it's not really alive. Like it's weird. It's scary. And he's like, no, we've got to destroy it. Obviously.
Yeah. We have to destroy it.
You need to destroy it. You need to destroy it. Victor, you've changed. Victor's like, no, I haven't changed. I'm the same Victor I've always been.
Yeah, how does he know? Does he have some like sixth sense? Is his kind like, can they feel, they can connect with the ethos maybe or something?
I don't know if he's just perceiving that the last interaction they had, Victor was just down, clearly. Yeah. Very, very sad. Maybe. And now he's manic.
Yeah.
He's manic and he's... it's almost like Victor's dealing with accepting his own demise, and this is like the bargaining stage.
Yeah, bargaining is happening. Yeah. The desperation is like palpable.
Yeah, he's desperate. He is so desperate. Heimerdinger's like, I've went through all the names there before I got the right one. Heimerdinger says, no, you got to destroy it. Jace is like, well, that's your opinion and it's valid because you're a fluffy little boy and you're cute. But we'll let the council decide. Mm-hmm. And Heimerdinger's like, And then Heimerdinger's little guy is like,
Yeah.
And they leave.
I love when they animate like the character's pet or like their animal to do the same thing. They're like humanizing them by having the emotion. It's so cute. Yeah.
Victor's like, oh, I don't know what to do, but I know a guy. Jace is like, whatever you need to do.
You go do that, friend.
Jace is like, go to him.
Go to him.
And so he does. But we don't know that yet because it's time to see how Vi is doing.
My girl.
And not great.
No, she's
passed
not
out.
doing too hot.
Still. But someone knocks at the door. Some guy. Mm-hmm. But it's not just some random guy. It is the guy from the very first episode who Vander saved from being duped. It's Huck.
Which we did not, the first time we watched the show, we did not remember this at all. Nope. I was like, who is that guy?
Nope.
Like,
well, and to be fair to us, he looks a little bit different now.
Yeah.
He's had a glow down, you could say. Yeah. He's got quite scary growths, and not just in a medical sense, in a very kind of mutation.
Yeah, it was like veiny. Yeah, mutated veiny.
It's
growth.
very, very, very scary. But he says, I know someone that can help Vi. Mm-hmm. Vi helped me once. I'm going to help her. Caitlin's like, cool, let's go. They go to this kind of dispensary.
And he specifically mentions Vander. He's like, I owe him my life and like kind of more than that, so.
Yeah.
Vander.
Yeah. And they go to a dispensary, meet a scary, scary doctor, pharmacist.
Witch doctor. Vibes, yeah.
Mouth of Sauron looking thing.
Yes, it does have that vibe. Yes.
With spiky teeth.
Yes.
Big mouth. And it just says, ailment.
What's your ailment?
And what is the ailment? I get blood loss. But
blood loss?
Caitlin says she's been stabbed, which, implies that.
Yeah.
The witch doctor's like, oh, stabbing. Shimmer.
Well, there's a little teeny bit of shimmer in with some other concoction.
But it's just like...
She adds shimmer at the end.
I feel like the shimmer's the only thing that's doing anything in that.
I don't know.
Because what medicine can you give someone for stabbing?
We don't know what's going on in Zon in the Undercity.
I feel like it's shimmer and then a little bit of stuff to take the taste away.
But you did see it was just a tiny bit of shimmer.
So I am willfully saying I know it's just a tiny little bit of shimmer, but I reckon it's only the shimmer.
It's like antibiotics. I think shimmer.
I think shimmer is the active ingredient. Everything else is just flavoring. Okay. Sure. But she says, trade.
Yeah.
We want to trade. Well, actually, before that, Huck and Caitlin talks about addiction. Caitlin's like, why would you take something that does this to you? Because they've learned that it's shimmer that's done this to Huck. Yeah. And Huck says, well, sometimes you just want to feel like someone.
Yeah.
Someone's scared of instead of is scared of people. And the potion seller comes back and makes the potion, a little bit of shimmer, says, trade. Mm-hmm. Caitlin just immediately, without even thinking like, oh, I'm wearing a necklace. I'm doing a...
I know. I was like, give the necklace.
I've got some stuff to trade. I'm not just hot. I have some stuff on me as well. She gives away the gun. She unloads it first, gives away her rifle. And the Mouth of Sauron is like, ooh, okay, fine. I'll take that.
Yeah. What, Caitlin?
Caitlin says thank you, but the person's already gone. Slams the window shut.
Closed the door,
slams it shut. They're going to go. She's like, come on, Huck, let's go. Huck's like, no. I don't want her to see me like this.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin's like, okay. And then before she leaves, gives him just the biggest hug.
I know. I love that she hugged him. Because she didn't have to do that. She could have just been like, oh, thank you. Okay, bye.
It's such a good moment for her. Just gives her a giant, giant, giant hug.
And I think I said in the reaction, I was like, that's probably the first hug he's had in like God knows how many years. Oh, yeah. Because like no one's actually... No one in this little commune is probably like really like close with each other. They're all just kind of on their own there, aren't they?
No, yikes.
Trying to survive.
Yeah. All the way back up to Piltover, Marcus drops the gizmo the fake, the planted evidence to Jace, and it's like, oh, a firelight had it. Just made it up.
Yeah.
There's no proof.
Yeah, it's not the firelight.
Oh, a firelight had it. Jace is like, oh, really? Well, like, how did you not know that? How do you not know that they were doing attacks? Are they planning more attacks? Or like, oh, Marcus says they're planning more attacks. And Jace is like, oh, shoot, we better stop that happening. And Jace says, oh,
the way I'm going to do that.
Marcus is like, oh, well, we can't stop that without searching everybody that comes across the bridge. And Jace is like, oh, good idea. Let's search everyone who comes across the bridge. Which is essentially martial law. Yeah. Like everyone who comes is searched by the police, by what is like a military operation. And Marcus is like, are you sure you want to do that? Jace is like, I am sure I want to do this. Marcus is like, okay, on your head be it. And as he's leaving, he's like, oh, I saw you had a prisoner released.
By the way.
How's that going? Jace, do you need help? Jace is like, I got it under control. He handles it pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's good for Jace.
Up on it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Lucky for Jace that he was facing away at that point.
Yes.
Marcus didn't see him go like,
yeah.
Be like, oh. But no, he cottons on and he's like, oh, Caitlyn's up to something.
Yeah.
Classic Caitlyn. Caitlyn's up to something. Yeah. But into the council chambers, still in Piltover, Heimerdinger's making a very, very good case for destroying the Hex Court.
Yeah.
He is appealing to reason. He's appealing to decency, common sense, making this great speech, and then Jace just like digs a knife right into his back.
Yeah.
Twists it and says, you're old.
Literally,
you don't know anything. Da. Zorn's like, or the Undercity's gone to hell on your watch, which is a fair point. But probably a bit of oversimplification to blame it on Heimerdinger, but it is a fair point. And Jace wants to fix the city. Jace is going to move forwards. Heimerdinger's looking back. Heimerdinger, you should retire. You should take
forced retirement.
Forced, well-earned retirement. Heimerdinger's sad, clearly. Yeah. And we learn it needs a unanimous vote.
Yeah, this was
unanimous vote. Mel votes first, gets her spotlight. The spotlight man is working overtime as always.
He's there, he's ready.
Like, how does this? Is it automatic? Do they just have someone there every session on the off chance that they're going to need a spotlight?
Sensor.
Like, it's just so funny.
The tech.
Yeah. Of course, but they vote one at a time. Mel goes first, so the others fall in line with Mel, of course. And then Jace is last, and then Heimerdinger's ears fall.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Because he is the founder of the city, the founder of the council, probably, and he's been voted off.
And he was making a great argument.
Yeah.
He was like, we have lost our way, friends.
And a lot could have been maybe saved.
This is not good for us.
If that hadn't happened. But yeah. But back down in the slums, Vi has been given the shimmer, and she wakes up with a scream. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
But they have a moment.
They do have a moment.
They have a little You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. It's just funny that you did it. She has like a gaspy, it kind of is like, it's like a gaspy moan kind
it's
of.
A gaspy
and
moan.
Caitlyn is like.
It's like, she doesn't know what to do. She's like.
Yeah, Caitlyn's like, I'll just put some distance between us. Yeah, she was like, that was weirdly attractive
it's a good
to
moment.
me.
And then after that, they head off to find Jinx, whoever that might be.
I love how Vi is just like completely ready to go now.
Yeah,
it was just
Shimmer. It's the Shimmer. It saved Vanda from the brink of death. It's just like, and it's now been.
But did it like
even
knit
more,
her wound? Like
that's
she's
a good
not
point.
bleeding anymore.
We don't.
It's crazy.
We don't
anyway.
know. But she is like, we're gonna go find Jinx. She doesn't say that Jinx is powder because Caitlyn has figured out where they are. So now in Caitlyn's mind, there is a powder that they're looking for. And there is also a Jinx.
Yeah, Caitlyn is not.
Caitlyn does not know that they are the same person. They have a kind of a discussion, and then it comes out that Vi's parents were killed by enforcers.
Yes.
She's like, where's your sister? Like, what about your parents?
Yeah, she's like, how do you not know?
How do you not know where she is? What about your parents? Then Vi's like, well, they were killed by enforcers.
Yeah.
Caitlyn's like, oh. Shoot, that explains a lot actually about how you are treating me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big news for Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Important news for their relationship. But there's someone outside.
I remember this part because Vi like senses that Silco's out there.
She senses
just is like
she already is. She punches the wall once, and we see the building shake a bit.
Oh, I thought Caitlyn
setting up what happens later.
Oh, really? I missed that. I missed
I
that
thought
Vi's the one that punches it first.
Maybe she doesn't. Maybe I'm just making that up. Maybe I'm mixing things.
We do get the foreshadowing that Caitlyn sees it shake, so it is
maybe
it's
it wasn't
it's
Vi. I'm gonna have to watch it again to see what makes the house shake. But outside, it's Silco. He's got some shimmer and he's taunting some of the lepers.
Yeah, he's getting info from
the lepers by
like bribing them. With
he's
shimmer.
he's like getting them like, oh. Silco makes one of his speeches.
He's getting them like, oh.
He's like, Silco's like, I always thought that you were the prize Vanda's child, but Jinx is so amazing. She's so cool. She's the best. And gives some shimmer to Huck.
Yeah. I do think it is important, though, that the first thing he says when he sees Vi is Vander's prodigy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is what she is. She is his prodigy in like multiple ways.
Yeah. And Huck sold him out.
Yeah.
Huck sold him out.
Huck is a double agent.
Sold him down the river. I mean, Silco would have found them anyway, but sold them out for a hit.
Yeah.
But Silco keeps talking. But then there's a quick shot of Jinx with the flare. She has the flare in one hand, gemstone in the other. The flare that she was given way back when as an emergency to help Vi find her. It's like, if you're ever lost, put this off and I will find you. Vi is not having any of Silco stuff. She's like, I'm gonna bring you down. You talk too much. Mm-hmm. And Silco gives the shimmer to the people, the slummers. They transform into the monsters, the shimmer monsters. And then Vi, instead of punching them, turns around and punches the house.
Yeah.
Falcon punches the house. And then the house falls down.
It was like some like triple combination. It was like boom, boom, pow. Yeah. And then there's like a ripple that goes.
5-finger death punch.
Yeah, basically.
And then the house falls down. But Silco, the slippery weasel rat that he is, he does a Buster Keaton. And the ring of the neon light goes over him somehow, or that it's heavily implied, and he survives.
Yeah,
it's just like,
and then literally like
if he could have just been crushed.
He like stomps one of the goons. The goon that I really don't like, who really is spooky.
Yeah, he's the worst. Everything happens very quickly from now on. Jinx lights the flare, and as she does so, it's so beautiful. The music comes in really strong. The blue flame is like same color as her hair. Yeah. Silco is like raging in a way we have not seen him rage before. He is
lost it.
Beating his goons senseless, like curb stomping on the ground. It's pretty dark. He is pissed because he knows that this is gonna
really mess things up.
This is gonna mess things up with Jinx. This is gonna mess things up with everything because she's gonna lose faith in him. It's gonna be it's bad.
The trains are off the tracks right now.
And as she's holding the flare up, it rotates around her and we see Milo, the ghost of Milo with her,
moment.
the ghost of Clagger with her, and Milo's face is all pained and it's so sad. Clagger's kind of stoic.
Looking off into the distance, stoic.
It's really, really powerful. It's really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
And there's so much cool stuff happens. It's hard to get it all.
Yeah.
But Vi jumps down a chute that looks like the barrel of a gun. Caitlyn follows her.
Yes.
Back up on the bridge, the enforcers load a gun in the same way, like the barrel that they jumped down becomes the barrel of a gun. Yes. They're loading down. The lockdown starts on the bridge. Mm-hmm. But then a pause in the chaos. It's underground in the lair, in the evil Dr. Lair. We're back in a cave, and it's a flashback again. We're back in the past with young Victor. Rio now has got some kind of tubes in her. She's clearly uncomfortable, in agony, but she's alive.
I hate it.
And Victor sees her, rushes over to her, and is clearly scared.
Child Victor.
Victor. And the doctor's like, the mutation must survive. I thought you understood. Victor runs away, but then we immediately flash to the present. Victor's back. He walks in slowly, and he's like, I understand now.
No, Victor.
It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You shouldn't understand.
That is such a sign that things have gone too far.
You shouldn't understand because, the ends does not justify the means in a lot of cases. And this is definitely one of those cases. Rio is now, years later, still being kept alive, but now in a tank.
Oh, it's so sad.
It's horrible. It's really, really, really horrible.
It's just it's not life at that point.
No.
It's just like, and that's why the singe is just like, in my mind, I'm like, that is just evil because you are doing something that is just so, it's so cruel.
It's cruel. And it's
because Rio was like a
cute
being. Yeah.
No.
Like,
with wants and desires and fears and feelings.
What's the quote of like, it reminds me of Harry Potter, how like Dumbledore is always like, death is not like the worst thing that could happen. No. Like Voldemort is so afraid of death, but like there are far worse things than death. And I think like when you see something like this, I always think of that when I see something like this, that I'm like, death would be kinder. Yeah.
But that scene ends quite abruptly. So the implication is obviously Victor's going to try and get Singe's help, and we'll see how that goes later. But it's Silco. He's in his office. He sees the marks made by Jinx on the desk. There's a big like letters that says liar. We see
on.
And Sevika is taped to the ceiling.
It's like there's like a little arrow pointing up to Sevika, and she has written liar on her.
Yeah, which is funny because she kind of misrepresented it, but she didn't lie necessarily.
Well, I think it's just a message for him.
Yeah,
she wrote it on her, but he is the liar.
He is the liar, but she's the liar as well. She thinks she's lying about her being with an enforcer.
Oh, I didn't think that. Well, that was in my opinion. I don't think that was a part of it.
Yeah,
all.
The liar is probably for Silco.
I think she's being used as a prop. Sevika is being used as a prop for Silco. In my opinion, that's what I took it to mean.
Like that. I think that's true. I think that's probably true. So we see another crow / raven, probably crow because the subtitles say crow. Yes, crow calls.
It says crow, and so we'll go with crow.
We'll go with crow. The flare is starting to stutter, and then it goes sputter. Sorry, and then it goes out. Yeah. But we hear Vi.
Well, no, there is a moment where
there's a moment where Jinx thinks,
she's like, why did I even do this? It's
she hasn't come. But then we hear a little voice say, powder? Powder? And it's Vi. And then Jinx immediately, you see her face. She's powder again.
Yeah,
you see it in her face.
So good.
It's this so
I
well
could watch
done.
Like a million times.
And then Vi just gives her a big, big, big hug.
And Vi never holds back her emotions.
No.
Like she is so openly emotional, and I love that about Vi. And I think Powder feels safe enough to be emotional with her immediately as well because of that. Yeah. Oh, I just love their bond.
It's so nice. It's so beautiful. Jinx drops the gemstone and it rolls away.
Yeah.
And it rolls away, which means something. The crow paws. Vi says...
The symbolism of her holding the gemstone and the flare is 100% like Silco versus Vi, and she had chose the flare.
Absolutely, she chose the flare. Vi explains what you'd want to say is, I was going to come back. I didn't mean to leave you. I was going to come back. Right. I didn't mean to leave you. I was going to come back, because she makes it clear. She explains that kind of details. And Jinx just asks if she's real.
Yeah, she's like, are you really here?
Jinx cries, says things have changed, I've changed. Vi says it's okay, pow pow.
I know, she calls her pow pow.
It's okay because they're together.
I cannot get over that she called
and it's
her
beautiful.
Pow, pow.
It's beautiful, and they're so happy. But then Caitlyn comes.
Oh yeah, then
Jinx is on guard. She's like, oh, Sevika wasn't lying. You are with an enforcer.
Yeah, she immediately is like on the defense.
Caitlyn sees the gemstone.
Very different.
And then Caitlyn puts 2 and 2 together, and she's like, oh, Jinx is powder is Jinx's powder
Your
is Jinx.
Your sister is Jinx. Yeah. Jinx is powder is Jinx.
Jinx says, no, powder's gone. Powder fell down a well. Gets out her Gatling gun. Jinx thinks Vi is only there for the stone. So she's got the gun in her face, racking it up a little bit.
Literally in her face.
Yeah, literally in her face. And Vi's like, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that stone is. I didn't
come for that. I don't even know what that thing is.
What is that? I have no idea. I'm sticking around. I'm going to be here with you. Crow calls again, and in come the firelights.
Yeah.
Hovering in on their hoverboards.
It's not great timing, but I just love the firelights.
Yeah.
So.
And now it's a big, big frenetic gunfight with so much happens. Much happens. It's impossible to... Can't say all of it, but highlights. Vi and Jinx are back to back.
Yeah, immediately.
Together. It's
they
so
just
cute.
Assume they're... I love it.
Yeah, the gemstone's being knocked around. Mm-hmm. The Jinx is about to kill people. The Firelight Boss stops her from doing it. Caitlyn gets the gemstone. Vi is punching away, punching. And there's this moment where Jinx is shooting, and she's like, ha ha, I'm Jinx. I love shooting. And Vi sees her, and she's like, oh, what have I done?
Yeah, and she says,
I left
powder.
you and now you became this.
Yeah.
What?
She says powder pretty emotionally twice.
She's scared. She's terrified. She's like horrified of what Powder has become.
Because she was we always saw when they were kids, she was constantly trying to protect her from ever having to get to that point. She didn't want that for her.
No. And she's far worse than she ever could have imagined. A firelight grabs the gemstone, and then Vi gets knocked out. Jinx gets kind of slashed in the leg a little bit. And the firelight, someone's about to like kill Vi, one of the firelights. But then the boss is like, no, take them.
Yeah, take her with you.
Take them, meaning suggesting it's Vi. Going to be Vi and Caitlyn. Yeah. And then Jinx rages, but then poof, she's alone.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
She's alone.
Just her.
She just says, Vi? Obviously no reply.
In like her powder
voice. And then she just shouts no. Because so close, but everything's gone wrong. It's such one of those moments in stories where it's so close to being lovely.
I know.
But then everything falls apart. It's like in Game of Thrones, big giant spoilers I'm about to talk about. How it's the same in giant spoilers. I'm very serious. It's the same as in the books and in the show. Arya is with the Hound, about to be reunited with her family for the first time in a long time.
Yes.
But then the Red Wedding happens.
Yeah.
Because Arya's had this giant journey all from King's Landing. And then just as she's about to find Rob, find everybody, the Red Wedding happens and it's chaos again. And it's just, one of those. It's one of those where it's so well done by the author and quite brave, I think, of the storytellers and the writers to do that.
It is like so heartbreaking.
To build up to what could be such a fulfilling, satisfying, good moment. To turn that on its head into something devastating, which is what this isn't quite devastating yet, but it's not how we wanted it to go.
No.
It's not how we imagined the reunion to go.
It's that in like script or like story structure, they'll do either like an all is one or all is lost moment, only to then have a reversal. And this was almost an all is one moment.
Yeah, no, sure. It really was. But then now we don't know. And that's episode 6.
Oh. Gosh, that I literally want to watch that scene again after talking about it. It is just so good. It's one of the best scenes in season 1.
It might be my favorite scene in season 1.
Yeah.
Obviously
it's either that or what we're gonna get in the next episode. There's a really good scene in the next episode that we love.
We'll see. Wait, I can't remember.
With the character that has just come back into the picture.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Oh my gosh, that's a great one.
But no, this moment where they are reunited is just like I like can feel
resonance
it.
And
yeah, I can feel it in my like heart every time.
It's a great one.
Well, thank you, babe. That was so good.
Oh, thank you.
Next week we will be back with episode 7. How are we on episode 7? What is happening?
3 to go.
Crazy. If you haven't watched the reaction for this or any of the other episodes, you can find that on our Patreon. And we will see you next week as we continue on getting very close to finishing season 1, which is very bittersweet. Yeah.
Crazy.
But still lots of good stuff to come. So we will see you very soon, lovers of lore.
Bye-bye, lovers of lore.